I experienced a massive trauma. Rajan's brother was kidnapped and murdered. Some of you might be familiar with that case. So my support system crumbled. Rajan was destroyed, I was distraught, and I had a massive flare-up, and that's when we discovered secondary progressive MS had kicked in. We could not relieve the symptoms. And even though I had all this knowledge in me, I just could not practice anymore. I was so ill to even sit down and meditate. I was too ill to do anything. And when none of the drugs were working, my Rajan started investigating, my children started to investigate the cannabis. I was so angry that they were looking at cannabis, because Rajan and I were drug-wise counselors. This is not something you can bring into the house with, having 2 sons. I was livid when they said, you know what, this is what we want you to try. And I said, absolutely not. And being in that space, riddled with symptoms, when my eye started to go blurry again, just to get them off my back, I said, I'm going to use it. And Roger said, no, not now, you need to get the solumedrol again. I said, no, I want to try it. He said, okay, in an hour's time, nothing's happening, we are going to hospital. Now in 1 hour, he wanted it to work. It blew my mind away. In 15 minutes, I could feel something happening. The vision started to get clearer. By 30 minutes, I had complete vision in that eye, and the pain disappeared. And Roger went, oh my goodness, what on earth is happening here right now? And we started to investigate cannabis. And I started using it at that point. We started getting strains in. I wasn't just taking the black oil that is readily available. We went strain specific. We both had the knowledge to investigate and to do research on the topic. And we found, when you look at cannabis, we are talking about a substance that the human body does recognize. Okay, in the human body, we actually have what is called the endocannabinoid system. It's Dr. Ralph McCullum in the 1990s that discovered this when he was looking at how the body absorbs the cannabis. And he discovered the endocannabinoid system. So this allowed me to move out of the space. I didn't need drips anymore. This was my new solumedrol. It worked for me. I didn't have to use any of the allopathic medication. No more immunosuppressants, no more drips, no more nerve blocks, no more sleeping tablets. I went off all the medication. So I found one medicine for 10 problems and not 10 medicines for one problem. This was quite interesting. My symptoms started to reduce with the cannabis. I was, first it started with the eye, then I noticed the tingling started to go away, and one by one the symptoms started to move out. We started to investigate further. Some of the symptoms still lingered on. We got different strains to match the different conditions. Now in the human body, in the cannabinoid system, its function is homeostasis, homeostasis, homeostasis. And I said, wow, that's all I've been trying to do, because I know my body has the intelligence to heal. Now, with the endocannabinoids, they discovered right now, I'm sure there's more, but right now we know about 2. These are actual neurotransmitters available in our body. The one is anandamide, and this they've discovered plays a massive role in pain, depression, appetite, memory, and fertility. And its name comes from the Sanskrit word meaning bliss. So often it's referred to as the bliss molecule. And the other molecule is 2-arachidonyl glycerol, or called 2-AG, plays a huge role in the circulatory system and our immune system. And that's its structures that I have down here. Now, the endocannabinoid system was founded when Dr. Ralph McCullum discovered the receptors. It's receptor, and he called it CB1 and CB2. There's a wide distribution of these receptors throughout the human body. CB1, the brain, the adipose tissues, the muscles, the liver, our gut, and CB2 dealing mainly in the immune system. The anandamide binds to CB1, the 2-arachidonyl glycerol binds to CB2. Now there must be a reason why the human body has such a wide distribution of these endocannabinoids. When we are ill, it is not doing its job, obviously. There's not enough there. So how do these endocannabinoids work? It's a neurotransmitter that works very much like GABA. It works by retrograde transmission. So it's helping the body when there's not enough of the chemicals there's not enough signal coming through, it enhances that signal so we get enough of what we need to do. That really explained how quickly that blurriness in the eye disappeared. Now the brain contains billions of nerve cells. There's transmission happening all the time. And when the endocannabinoids couldn't do its job, the cannabis helped it. Looking at the cannabis plant, we call it the phytocannabinoids. Right now, about 483 compounds have been identified. 85 of these are classified as cannabinoids. And the two most common ones, those that are most abundant, are your THC, delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, and we have the CBD. The CBD is the non-psychoactive, and your THC is the psychoactive. I must say, I used both. We became very clever with how we administered it to me. I was trying to find a balance with my dosage form so that I don't get, feel the psychoactive effect too much, and I could still get relief from it. I just felt I didn't want to split it. I was so ill. The plant was there as a whole. We don't have enough information on how it works. I'll take the whole plant. So what's happening within the body? The THC is mimicking anandamide, and we have trioxyronol, the 2-AG, that's mimicking the CBD. So our body recognizes it. The CB1 binds to the THC, the CB2 is binding to the CBD. So the body is able to absorb this, it's able to bring its homeostasis back. Cannabinoids create a platform for the body to heal itself. Now when it comes to the cannabis plant, there are two very different types. So lots of it, when we talk cannabis, it's just the potato couch and stuff, how I want to live my life. But people are using it incorrectly. The sativa is the one that is mind dominant. It's anti-anxiety, it's the antidepressant, it's activating, it's uplifting. This is the strain that you use in the morning. The indica is the one that you use at night. The indica is the one that's most commonly available. That's what's available on the streets, and that's what leaves you as sitting as a couch potato. There's no inspiration to work and do things because its job is sedating, it's relaxing, but it helped relieve the nausea. It increased my appetite. It really gave me lots of relief. Healing with the CBDs. The CBDs are the non-psychoactive. Right now, lots of people are looking for CBDs. What exactly is it doing? It's got anti-inflammatory properties, antioxidant, neuroprotectant. It's calming you down. There's so many benefits from just using the CBDs. So my experience with the cannabis, I had to go from my negative belief system to understanding it as a healing opportunity. It stopped my visits to hospital. I didn't need Solumedrol anymore once I discovered the cannabis. And it counteracted all the side effects that was sitting in my body. It healed the optic nerve. I felt more balanced. The depression lifted completely. Okay. I really found my happy space back. Now, something very important I want to share with you. When it comes to the cannabis, it's not something that I had to use, for the rest of my life. I don't use it anymore. Cannabis gave me the freedom to use my wellness formula, to make positive changes. When I got out of that space where I couldn't do anything, I was so depressed and so sad. It removed all of those. And then I started working on all of these. I started working on the formula. I started paying attention to the triggers. Heat, bright lights, and noise, loud sounds is a no-no for an MS patient. Right now, I still battle with that. So I don't do that. I avoid my triggers, so I stay well. I'm very careful with my thoughts. I'm very careful not to put myself into a stressful space. Diet played a big role here. I'll speak a little bit more about it. Meditation, is a way for me to control my thoughts. I'm very focused with my meditation. It's something I do every day. Movement and dance. I started to find a purpose